Hi, this is the Rusted Willow, and my name is Tammy. Let's get into this video.
Hello. Okay, I got something to show you. XTool sent me their heat press, their smart press. I am so excited because I needed a new t-shirt press. And this is an all-in-one. It comes with a mini, it comes with, you can use it as a heat press, or you can attach it to the stand, or you can detach it from the stand. So I'm gonna pull this out, put it together, and see how it works. So let's get started.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you real fast opening the tools. And this mini heat press, I love how it feels. Now, I don't show you how to use it in this video, but I will show you how to use it in an upcoming video. And here I'm just talking about the display. I love the big buttons, and I love that it has just plain big numbers. You literally just dial it to the degrees that you want to set your heat press, and then you turn the dial for the time that you want to set the timer for. So it's super simple, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Now I'm just showing you, I'm just unpacking this. It is packed beautifully. It was super easy to put together. It went really quickly, not as quickly as this video is going, but it did go quickly. I probably had it put together in about 10 minutes. And the great part about this is that they send you an extra screw for each set of screws that you need. So you always had enough screws. So that is literally all you have to do. It was like 4 screws to put that together, 2 for the bottom little feet, and 2 for the thing that holds the heat press. And that's all there was to it. You just plug it in and you're good to go. It does have a cord caddy that goes around the little press, but I found that the cord did not stay in there very well.
Okay, we've plugged in the power, we've plugged in the transmitter, and now we're going to slide it onto there. There we go, lock it in. Awesome! That's super cool. And then you want to bring the cord around, put that in the cord caddy, and then you can plug it in. And then this whole thing, arm turns clear away, which that is nice. Let me go get the pad. It comes with a nice pad.
Right now I'm just showing you that how to create a larger sublimation print and then press it onto a t-shirt. So I am going to link the lady's video down below in my description box of where I found this technique, and honestly, it worked flawlessly every single time. I did not have any lines showing on any design. It worked amazing. Now, I did watch 2 other YouTubers, Jennifer Maker and Angie Holden, and their techniques, and I found that you could see the lines. So I am going to just show you what you need to do, and then you can decide for yourself. But basically, you cut the white off, and I used Word to resize these designs. So you download it as an SVG or PNG, and then you oversize it or put it to whatever size. You create the size of design that you want. And then, of course, in Word, it's 8.5 by 11 is as big as you can go. But if you need it bigger, that's fine. You just have to move your design around. So I will definitely put her video down in my description box. I cannot remember the name of the lady at this moment, but it was genius, and I actually made a whole bunch of designs doing her technique. And you could not see the line where they were put together at all in any of them. It worked every single time flawlessly. There was no errors. So if you do sublimation and you need those bigger designs for those bigger t-shirts and you're struggling with showing the line, I did not have that issue. I did not have that issue with the press. I did not have that issue with the design. So once I get the design lined up, I just cut off the excess in the back, as I'm showing you here. And then I tape it down real good with my heat tape. And I tape all the way across because I want to make sure that this design does not move, because if it moves, the ink will smear and then your t-shirt is ruined. All right, I do the same exact technique for each and every t-shirt. So on this one, I lined everything up. I put tape where I can put tape, like in the white areas, and then I just cut off the excess sublimation paper.
Okay. You can cut this off. And this one is ready to go. Do this one now.
Okay, so the most important thing is that there is no white showing on the top design. So you want to line up the design top to bottom. So you have your main design on the big sheet, which is one I'm cutting now, and you want to cut off the white line. And then you're going to line it up perfectly with the design on the bottom sheet. Now, you want to overlap. So when I resized this in Word, I literally used my arrows to go up and down so that the size didn't change, the placement in the program didn't change. I just used my arrows. And you have to be patient because sometimes it goes really slow. But I just would hold the arrow down, move my design up and down or left and right, because I did do a design that was a little bigger than 11 inches. And I always put my design on landscape because I wanted to make sure that I got the full 11 inches across. And then I just moved my design up and down using the arrows. Okay, so I will make sure and put the link to the video that I watched down below in my description box because it was an excellent video and she goes through every step of how to make larger designs for sublimation on larger t-shirts. Now, I always cut off the excess and I always make sure that I put lots of heat tape on my seams so that way my design does not move at all. I want to make sure that it is not going anywhere because you do not want the smearing from the ink. And this technique worked amazing for me. So I'm just showing you that I'm taping it up and I do 10 t-shirts for a lady and every single one of them turned out great. All right, so now I'm just showing you the controller. I love these little dials. It was so easy to set the temperature and the timer. You literally just dialed it to what you wanted to set your machine at. And not only that, but you could set 3 different preset settings on this controller, so that made it nice as well. Here I was trying to figure out how to get it past 205. What you have to do is pair it to the actual device. So I did not have it paired at the time and I was just playing with it. But I did want to show you the nice big display and how easy it was to set the temperature and the time.
Okay. So this line here, this light means that it is preheating. There are little icons. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see them on camera, but there's an icon up here in the corner that shows when it's blinking, it's not paired, but now that it's not blinking, it is paired. And then there's the battery light over here on this side. And you just turn the knob to set the temperature. And you turn the knob to set the time. Very easy. And then you just wait for this to get up to temp. Right now it's at 156 degrees. So we're just waiting for this to get up to temp, and then we'll get our t-shirts ready to go. Today I'm going to use a sublimation coating. It's for cotton and poly cotton blends to help the sublimation work on t-shirts that are not polyester. I'm gonna shake it real good because it says shake real good, and that's all it says. There's no instructions, but there is a QR code. Okay, so this spray bottle does not spray like a spray. It sprays a straight line, which is not gonna work. You need a mist coverage. So thank goodness I had a little empty spray bottle upstairs. I just filled it up with this stuff and I got a perfect mist. Mist is what you need, mist. Because if you don't do a mist, it's gonna be super stiff, which this t-shirt's probably gonna be super stiff, honestly. Not only did the spray not work, but I had to keep spraying it. So anyway, we're gonna preheat this. Let me get cleaned up here. Too much stuff in the way. I forgot I had the handle down. So I don't know if you can see on the t-shirt, but there's some lines where the spray wouldn't spritz, mist, whatever. It was just spraying. So we want to dry that. And I turned up, after I watched the instructions on the QR code, I turned up my heat to 385 and I still left it at 35 seconds. So we're just gonna preheat this shirt. And you can still see some of the lines from the sublimation stuff. Okay, now I'm going to create a center line on this t-shirt. That will help you center it just for like 5-10 seconds. Move it that way. So you can still see the line from how it's sprayed. Ugh, frustrating when things don't work the way you need them to, because when you need them to work, you gotta get stuff done, right? I'm just gonna hit it again. This is super nice. I love that it turns both ways. I love that it has a green light. Okay, now we gotta go get some parchment paper. Okay, first I'm gonna put parchment paper on the inside because I have learned with the sublimation paper that I use, it's got great ink. I don't know, it sucks up the ink, and it also transfers a lot of ink when you go to put your design on. So we wanna make sure that we get this covered as best we can. Put the pad down. You can still see the lines from the spray, so irritating. Now on here, you don't want to fold the whole thing, but you can fold it top, line up the corners at the bottom. This is just what I do. That helps me line up the line down here and the line up there. I'm gonna see how well this works in about 2 seconds. Well, more than 2 seconds, about 35 seconds. Okay, make sure you get your design all the way on. Your mat. Don't press your guide. I've already done that and melted so many of those. You don't want to do that. Take your time with this part. Don't rush it. Make sure that your heat press is centered. Here we go. Start the timer. straight up and over. And it didn't do the E and the Y very well. But everything else looks amazing. So make sure you get good coverage with that spray, is all I can say. But that looks pretty darn good. Love it. Let's do another one. Okay, I've already sprayed it. Spritzed it in two directions. I spritzed it horizontal and vertical. I'm just drying it. And I'm going to create a center crease. So let me show you where the pressure is measured. So right here, there's little, if you leave the handle, don't pull the handle all the way down, you can see that it increases the pressure. It goes down as you turn the knob. Now you can have this stuck in there, but it keeps coming out anyway. So I'm doing high pressure. Next time, so we'll see. I don't think I had enough pressure. I think the heat and the time was good, but the pressure was not good. So, okay, got that going. Okay, this is how it came out. Pretty darn good. As good as it's gonna get. So I think the spray works really well. I mean, you can still see the stars and everything. So I think it's pretty good. Pretty darn good. I want to make sure that I got a good coverage. And then I'm going to press it. Dry it.
Decided to use a piece of cardboard for these larger shirts. That made it easier to press. However, make sure that your cardboard is flat, because if there's any dips or creases, it will not sublimate in those areas. And this is how the shirt turned out. So let me know what you think about this. I actually bought that design off of Etsy, and then I created the other design myself. And this was for a birthday party. And the birthday girl is 30 years old this year.
Okay, I had to turn the time down and the temperature down. So I'm going to turn this to 15 seconds, and 320 is my degree. So I'm waiting for this to cool down. And as soon as it cools down, it will beep at me and the light will turn green. I really, really love this. I'm telling you what. I think the press is great for sublimation. I think this is going to be great for iron-on. Got this for my daughter for her birthday, so I'm going to make her a tea towel, or a towel that she can take fishing with her because she loves to go fishing. But while it's still hot and cooling down, I am going to just press it out to get all the wrinkles out. I love it because you can just move it back and forth. Ow, don't touch that, that's hot. I should have known. Okay, so now it's down to 320. I have my center line. I'm going to continue to press both sides. The only thing I can say about this is I feel like the plug needs to be turned so that the cord is that way. I know why they did this, so that it wraps around the press part, but I'm thinking that it would probably work better, honestly, if the plug was turned, because then as you're turning your press one way or the other, it will stay in the little cord caddy, because I have problems with it staying in a cord caddy. But other than that, I thought it worked perfectly. I loved it. And it was perfect for sublimation. Okay, we got our center line. Okay, at this point, you need to figure out which side is the top. This is the top, so our iron-on would not go up here. It would go at the opposite end. And I do have center found. So here's center. And here is our decal. And I don't like to have it like right up against the bottom. I want to have it up just a little bit. So, you know, about 3 fingers from the hem is good. And you can even like crease this a little bit just to kind of find center. Make sure your design is lined up. You may not have cut it center, but you want it to be pretty center on the line. Okay, 3 fingers. Move it up just a little bit more. I'm going to start the timer. Okay. I'm going to wait 5 seconds for it to cool.
I turned it over and pressed the back side. I did 2 presses on the front because of the basket weave texture on this tea towel, and it actually turned out perfectly. Now, I did take my time peeling off the top layer, and then once I got the top layer off, I pressed the top one more time, and that's how it turned out. Isn't that cute? And I got this design off of Temu. I ordered these a long time ago, and I still didn't get it done before her birthday. And these are my t-shirts. I want to thank you guys for watching. I also want to say thank you to XTool for sending me their Smart Press, and I absolutely love it. If you guys are interested in checking out the XTool Smart Press, I will have the link listed down below in my description box for your convenience. And everything that I used here today is actually in my Amazon store. So feel free to hop over there to Amazon, check out my affiliate link. I do get a small commission off of that, but it does not affect your price whatsoever. All right, guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one.